We are back. Hi, everybody. We're back. Um, so this is a continuation. This is me trying to introduce a new series of underpaid, overwhelmed and underpaid. I have lots of stuff to do, and in order to get to where we want to be in life, which is like financially healthy, um, healthy mind, body, heart, and soul, all that stuff. Um, I have to go through a lot of stuff in order to get to the routine of I've never gotten to a regular routine where you can keep up on stuff. I keep getting it piled up every time I make a little progress. It feels like I have lots more um, piled back up on top of it when I sit for a minute, sort of like college. Do you want this off? No. All right. So in this series, what we're going to be covering is all right, we're going to be covering crafting. Like today we're going to be working on quilting. We froze last night in our beds. We snuggled together and the kids are down to their last blankets, so instead of being able to pile on blankets, they're down to the last blankets and being able to their other blankets are dirty. We don't have a washer. So it's interesting. We have some challenges where we are financially currently. So we're not in the norm of the rest of society. It's not worse or better. We have our bases covered. We have electricity. We have shelter. We have food in the house. Thank you, family. Thank you, family, for the shelter too. Thank you. We have clothes put on the racks. I just got to make sure it's clean without the washer. I got to do it by hand. Okay, and then we have my oldest going to school. She's learning lots of fun stuff like colors, letters, ASL, lots of stuff. She's learning, she's engaging, she's doing things. She just had a birthday. She's not socializing as much because I don't yet have a vehicle, but we're working on that. My partner, the werewolf, he's really working really hard on getting the things that he needs done. We are way not where we want to be in life yet, but we're getting there and we're working on this beautiful journey of trying to get to where we want to be in life. And you have to wonder exactly where is that. Okay, so it's going to be like homemaking, a lot of homemaking. So you're going to see me cooking, you're going to see me cleaning, and this is me trying to train me on how I want to be cooking, how I want to be cleaning, how I want to, and especially with the cooking, is because I'll get these, what we call hits or misses in my recipes where I just throw stuff in a pot and cook it. And sometimes it'll be like, oh my gosh, there isn't enough made because it's so good. We want more. Other times it's like mellow and onions. It's like not edible. I can't really afford to do not edibles, but yeah. So we have ranking systems and between not edible, not bad. It's pretty good, too. It's great. And hits and love it, want more total hits. We rank our meals. um, uh, I love cooking. I don't love baking, but I'm really, really, really good at baking once I know the oven. Like last time we made apple pie, and I'm running out of excuses because I'm running out of ingredients of baking. The heater will be fixed Friday, but till we get there. So we have low income. We're living just on his income, and he's still an apprentice. Um, and but we're just taking a journey, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just different. And for me, things are never never as expected, never as it should be, never as I want it to be, never as it's always a new adventure. Every day is a new adventure handling things, whether it's a new amount of income, whether it's a new house, whether it's dealing with, now take my kid to school. Now it's, and a lot of people have built a great successful life on having routine things and having routinely doing things and having, so I have to build those myself of what to be expected. Like humans want to know what to expect. It's, huh? You want to find something? Do you want me to let you know? You want me to put you down, or you're good? Polly's asleep in the seat next to us. So that's our seat. It's our furry companion. It's great interest. And I have Dingy. Why do I have Dingy? Okay. Send the pictures. Huh. Oh yes. My complaints that the furnace needs fixed. Our furnace is functioning as a furnace. We have kept and maintained about 30 degrees higher than the freezing cold snow is. Snow is a cuss word in our household. Then stuff outside, it's 30 degrees. And with the small, like little one, I've got her wrapped in a blanket, and I've got my hoodie on, and just trying to make sure she stays warm. And I've got the oven on. Like I dry out coffee beans and stuff, coffee grounds to make a brick, because we had a coffee brick, and that was totally awesome. And it smells like coffee when you're burning it, and it's just, we want more, but I'm not. I bought that particular brick on clearance, so it was like affordable at that time with our income at the time. And we want to duplicate that with the things that we have. Our family motto that I've created is the power lies where we utilize what we have. Um, we do things differently. Our whole house, our whole household, our way we function is definitely different. So me complaining about how cold it is in the house, he's outside 8 stories up with no walls doing electrician work in a construction site in the freezing cold, all bundled up in his work gear. And he gets up at 4 a.m. So last night was an interesting dinner discussion. From 4 a.m. to when I get home, it's freezing. I'm working in the freezing cold. Oh my God, you're driving. So to prove his point, he's sending me pictures on what it works like, really looks like, what it's like for him in his freezing cold. And I want to ask my friends and family for a space heater until Friday. And he's like, we're good. I'm like, he's not in the house. Freezing. Because I had this pretty picture before the snow came and the furnace was not legging it. He's rigged the furnace so that it'll work, it'll function, and then the parts come in Friday, so that we'll have fully functioning and totally working as it should be. Friday, but until then, they're on this Wednesday, this beautiful November Wednesday. He's got he's geared up, and we're like not. And I want to ask for an electric space heater because there's supposed to be some kerosene heaters somewhere in here, but I don't know where they are, and I don't really want to run kerosene with 2 very lively, adorable kittens that are playing. Not they're cats, but they play. They like to play like they're kittens, and they're so cute. They run up and down the house, and they're very active, and it's great to watch them just like go at it. They're going to end up knocking over a furnace, or not a furnace, but a heater, a space heater, something with kerosene and leak, or explosion. Just my luck. Not every household doesn't seem logical, but my luck, something would explode and I would have to take the children out to the freezing cold and go knock on neighbors' doors. My life is a very interesting, the way I deal with my life, the way I react. Okay, so getting into why I recorded this in the first place. Is this supposed to be an intro? This is like, I want to do this. I'm going to train me. These are my videos. I'm going to train me on how to be a homemaker. We can use, I'm going to go ahead and be open about my witchcraft. And this is like religious tolerance for all spiritual tolerance for all. We're going to do this with low income. We're going to do this with what we have. And we're going to do, this is going to be real life, relatable videos. So the lighting, I can't ever get to look pretty in the studio like those people that sit there and talk with their coffee and they're like, oh, this is what it's like being a homemaker. I've watched so many videos trying to be like, okay, what should I be doing? What aspects can I put into my life? I like drinking, and this is what we do. This is our routine. Sometimes it doesn't go that way. No, you're going to be seeing her and my other kids and anybody else and everybody else in the distracting. Because I'd rather hang out with him sometimes than do my shit. And he wonders why. He sits there and he goes like, "Why isn't this done? Why isn't that done?" I'm like, yeah. And I have to deal with my disabilities and the fact that I suck at work, doing other people's job, working other places. I more and more suck at work. Like my skills have gone down. It's just like being a human. I'm like deteriorating. I'm like, no. Not finding work or not finding babysitters, not finding other difficulties, things that I have. And it's debilitating, but I'll get to it. And it's not going to stop me from being the best human I can be. On other aspects, I'm probably more advanced than I was when I was 20 something. All right. So you're going to see, we're going to break it up into, you're going to see me cooking. You're going to see what it's like for me to cook. You're going to see what it's like for me to clean. You're going to see these videos, see the cats. You're going to see the distractions. You're going to see my disabilities. So this way I can critique when I look at these and I watch these. I could critique that this is less of what I wanted this, more of what I wanted that. And I can actually see the flaws that I have that I really don't want to face. Not that I haven't already yelled at me about my other flaws. And then you're going to see me taking care of business. You're going to see the way I take care of the kids and my parenting methods, which are sometimes different than the other parenting methods. And sometimes I'm just going to sit down on these videos and take a look at some of the small things that make a very big, big, big difference. And then we're going to look at personal self-care. And it's going to probably be different than me putting on makeup. Because my makeup is expired. I'm not going to wear expired makeup. And the things that I'm going to look better than this. Do you want water? You want to finish your juice? Hey, you still have juice before you get another drink. You have to finish juice. Your juice. Interesting video. Yeah. So this is where it is now. And these videos are going to help me get to where I want it to be later on. And the way that I do it. The method that we're going to do. I'm going to try and break up because they're going to be instructional videos for me. This entertaining this people blogs. And I'm going to try starting with a goal. Each video is going to have a goal. Like me quilting today's goal is quilting. Then we're going to do in the videos, I'm supposed to discuss prep, all the things that we need, all the things that we're getting ready, even the mentality of getting ready, even the getting the parts, getting the space prepped. Then there's going to be the doing it, the making the quilts, the getting the things ready. And then there's going to be the cleanup. And then there's going to be the setup for the next quilt. And all this is going to be part of an activity. I love Montessori, and she has these ways with doing Like they get out their little rugs and they sit down and they do their activity, and then they're responsible for cleaning up their activity and putting their rugs back and going to the next station of doing things in the children's house with Montessori method. Um, Dr. Montessori is awesome. I like idolize. It's timeless. Her methodology of doing things and listening and watching and observing children and enabling them and empowering them to be able to do things for themselves as human beings is shocking. Like the fact that this whole time, you know, we could have been, I mean, if we built society on watching, observing, and like she'll throw her fits and I'll pay attention. I'll say, is she looking for help or is she looking just to vent her frustration? And then I will also help her with the breathing. And I'll also help with, sorry, let me do her. And she's a very independent person. She doesn't see herself as a baby. She sees herself as a child who takes care of her babies. And watching her do, taking care of her babies and watching her do what she's learned, giving her experience is it's fascinating and it's fulfilling and it's an experience. And I've noticed that what people really value in this life is experience. It's thrown me for a loop. I'm like, what does human and society and people and individually, what do we value most in life? Do we value food? Do we value money? We spend the most money on experience, whether it's entertaining experience, whether it's healthcare experience, like going into a hospital and having these expectations of being taken care of and nursed well back to wellness and getting the best pills that give us these experiences of being well, and anywhere from like, I've done this and we'll buy these self-help books for some people, or these other books on how to experience. And McDonald's has made a buttload of money of making a cookie cutter of their objects and their food and all that, is because somebody will have an experience at McDonald's and they'll want to replicate experience. And that is like, whoa. To me, money is a means and not a goal. So you want me to help you skip the ad? 2, 1, skip it. Okay. And then, so I don't look to have the goals to make as much money as I can. I look to, what can I get with that money? What kind of experience of shelter? I've grown into this aspect right now, into this belief, into this concept of what kind of shelter, the experience of what kind of house do I really, really want to raise my family and experiences and gain the most, beautiful experiences. Like I try to explain to my partner, our werewolf, I have the coffee maker, we place the coffee maker in the kitchen at a certain spot. It's like there's this window and I have the cups in there and I have the coffee and I have the coffee maker right there and everything. And so I can have my cup of coffee in the morning and look out the window and go, just to get my day and my thoughts and my everything going. It's just nice to have this experience throughout life and to have your good days, your bad days, and you're all in between any and every experience, every milestone, every life where you just sit there and you're like out the window just to have that moment of peace. Look out the window and he's like, oh, well, so he cleaned up the porch and he wants to make sure everything's nice so that when I look out that window, I can have my experience and my moment. I tell you it's worth it. And the food, when I cook, when I bring food into the house, when I ask people for food, or when I used to get food stamps, and when I'm trying to get money to buy food and to or I order food, experience. The experience of eating and eating with a family, because he's noticed that, he talks like, oh, she wants a meal with the family. I have to kind of eat, da da da. But he doesn't understand he's enjoying the experience of being with a family and bonding in those moments out of all those busy days where he feels like all I did was go to work and go to bed and get back up and go to work and go to bed, and to take out, 15, 20 minutes out of your day and experience food, where you can laugh over a horrible experience of liver and onions. Oh, gaggingly laugh, because we laugh at it now. But or to enjoy really, really good food. But what enhances that flavor is having it with good people, or people that you personally enjoy. Okay, so those are the videos. That's the method that I'm going to try to use in those videos to train myself. And then some skills that I want to build while we're using these videos is perspective. I want to build there's three things. The first thing is there's three things. So the first thing is perspective. How we look at where we're at and how we're going to get there and all the things that we want to do. And the way that we look at our situation helps enhance the way we react to our situation. It's the best way of coming at peace between the bull and the rider, your subconscious and your consciousness, your the intuition that you feel versus the logical thoughts that you have. They have to be in tune to each other, and perspective helps you do that. And once they're in tune, your actions, the follow through that you do, really comes together. It's such a powerful tool. These are the three skills, the three powerful tools that I really want to build and I really want to teach myself, because I have this concept and I have these thoughts and I have this pretty little, picture of life. And I've seen the results with people who have this mastered. And I've seen the results of people who have failed at it because they don't have this skill or this powerful tool in life. So the first one is perspective, how you really look at what's happening to you. And when I say this stuff, it can get lost in translation to you as a viewer who watches and thinks about life very differently, who is maybe cynical, or who is maybe comical, or who maybe is serious and just like literal. And then the second part is organization, because we would have a great fear of our farm animals if they were organized and overthrew us. As people, once we became organized, the power of being organized and the power of being able to do things, anything, is to be organized. If I was focused and organized something with a bit of focus, that's probably the fourth thing, focus. Doing things, and I want to build that school of focusing and organization. Being organized, it could turn all this potential and all the potential that I have been, all the potential children have been, all these potential ideas. I'm spurring with ideas like 24/7. You have no idea what it's like to live inside my head with nothing but ideas just spawning like, oh, this is an inspiration. Where would this go? I could, the information that I perceive with the ideas that form inside my head will go absolutely nowhere if I don't organize. I need to organize. I'm telling you, that is an extremely powerful skill. So like there's four, there's not three, there's four, there's definitely four. Yeah. Okay, so then follow through. One of the lacks that I have is follow through. So in the videos, I want to continue or follow through with something, or to bring more on. So I'll have this idea, I'll try it out, and I'll shy away from doing it again. It's a personal flaw, and the results of this particular personal flaw really writhe and bane my existence of being able to function to my true potential. Yeah, you're going to end up breaking that like you broke. No, you are not breaking your glasses, because I don't want to pop out more. Yeah, you're not breaking them. See, you're going to end up with glasses like this. See? Glasses like this. You break your glasses, they're going to end up like this. Are you going to be able to wear them like this? Um, that's fine. They're yours. That's yours. Those are your glasses. That's fine. That's fine. They're yours. I understand. You wanna deal with them, you deal with them. Yes. Yes, you tell them. And us. Because we're gonna watch these videos later. You're so cute even when you whine. I should not encourage whining because I don't like it afterwards. You don't think we believe you? You don't think I believe you? They're yours. They're yours. But yeah. So follow through. The fact that I don't follow through, that somebody will say one comment and I'll take it negatively and I'll stop doing. And total potential, it'll just like fall flat and my life will like not be where it should be. No, this is not yours. You may not use this. You want to glue stick. As long as you don't eat it, I don't care. So you want to open it. It's not lipstick, it is glue stick. So cute. You want to practice opening and shutting things? Alright, and then fourth thing would be focusing, which will help me organize. Focusing and making sure, with my ADD, the things that we really, really love, we will focus like a laser point focus and get things, like there's nothing else in this world that would be a complete number. Yeah. You look very cute. You are saying mine far more than you normally say. What are they making? So if I focus on this, that is difficult to open. Yeah, it's stuck. So cold. Arthritis. It's not going to let me open this. It's stuck. It's closed forever. It won't work. I can't open it either. So go through focus, organization. These are the perspective, like our belief and our way of like looking at this world. Really, our actions are what matter. The result of our actions. But our actions are also built on our perspective. Our actions can change our perspective. The result of our actions can change our perspective, but our perspective can also change our actions. A lot of people don't change, but a lot of people grow. If you look at my younger self, you're like, oh, wow, you've changed. You're a completely different person. Sometimes. Not sometimes. Truth is, I've grown as a person. You can grow far more deeply depressed and into a person that you don't want to be, or you can grow far more beautifully into the person you really, really want to be. You can grow the aspects of yourself that you want and really love it. You can fall in love with yourself and who you want to be and your family. Fall in love with your family as much as you love. Be more, you can grow into more of a, parent and more of a, you want to be and grow into your own mortal enemy. I mean, these things you may not realize you have a choice. People are like, make good decisions, make good choices. People who don't understand that they have choices, that they have the ability to control these, subconsciously. Consciously, you could tell them all the time, make better choices, and it won't make as much of a difference as when they subconsciously learn they have control. They have the ability to make the choices that they want, and not the choices that have been made before, the habits. They could change habits, they could change, into the things that they love. Once they learned that, they have permission to do things. It's really starkly different. Okay. So those are the skills that I want to build. These methods where we will start off with a goal. We'll start off with a prep. We'll do the doing, and we'll do the cleanup, and then we'll do the setup. Those are the things that we're going to do. And later on, I'm going to try and make a quilting video because we were freezing to death. Yeah, by the time you get to his face now, and she handles the colder temperature better than I do. I'm just internally cold. I don't know what it is with my thyroid, but I'm just freezing cold in the middle of summer. Working out will probably make it so that my thyroid will even out, and I won't be as cold all the time. But I drain the heat. I will tell you. But yeah, join me. I'm going to be doing all these videos. It says that we have a viewer. What is that? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, welcome. Watch out, remember to guard your privacy and community guidelines. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we've been on here for half an hour for that video, and like 12 minutes for the other one, so like 45 minutes. Like I talk for an hour. This is what happens when I'm left alone with my own devices and she's not engaged to talk with me. So I could talk the ear off. Some of these videos will probably be short. Some will be together. I would love to do some also reading videos, but that won't be the overwhelmed and underpaid. So you get to see lovely. There's a culture of homemakers. You want to see like that? There's a culture of homemakers, and it's a wonderful culture, and it's a wonderful way of doing things. But I'm cultivating a different type of homemaking here, and the homemaking that I want to be is a slight different culture. It's a slight different view on things, and the way we do things, and the way we, love the God. We're going to invite the goddess, and we're going to do lots of things. So you can comment below what you think. I welcome your comments as long as they're healthy, constructive criticism, not like gaslighting. I welcome, just how are you doing? Those things. Comment below a little bit about yourself. Comment below if you're a homemaker or not. Like the video because likes are awesome, and like the video. Like it. Like it, subscribe, and then to my videos, so that you'll always see more videos as they come on, and more of the series as it comes on. And then and I'll try to on other media platforms. I'll try to plug those into this and plug this into those, and then get together on my personal and on any other Wise One stuff. Let's see. Procrastinating. I want the quilts made, but I don't want to be making the quilts freezing cold. So I have this pretty picture that I would be sitting in a nice warm house going through boxes. So like before the cold weather came, I brought in a whole bunch of boxes when we moved. We had stashed the later boxes in the we're going to call it the workshop. It's going to eventually be my workshop, but I had to clear it out and get it all going in order to get things going. So right now, inside the house, I'm going to do fabric work, paperwork, and maybe some cardboard and some small artwork. So those are the inside the house, and then the outside house, plastic work, metalwork, computer, or electronics artwork, and bigger artwork, and things like paper crafting, learning, and things. That's a cute decoration. All right, but these are going to be live. Some of them are going to be recorded earlier and be doing things, but I'm running out of room, and I have to clean out a lot of videos, and I have to clean out a lot of storage, and I want to make sure that those are all on there. Let's see what else. No, not much else. I'm just procrastinating. So yeah, I brought in boxes. of things I was going to sort through and sell and get rid of and go through and find out what we're going to keep and find out and unpack things. Um, and hopefully I can find in these boxes, because the box I had from last year's winter stuff, I have a glove here and a glove, like a white glove there, and a pink glove here, and a pink little kitty cat one, and one, pink mitten. I don't have any pairs. How do you use a pair? Like a couple of hats, scarves, 2 or 3 scarves in there, but I mean, like I don't have a pair of mittens, so it's gotta be in amongst the other stuff, and I have to get to the other stuff. So I'm freezing cold, so I'm gonna work on quilts, even though I should be working on unpacking boxes. Anyway, God, like lipstick gonna start turning blue. She was sitting on my lap, giving me a nice twisty warm. She's handling a phone call right now to her friends. She's awesome. Yeah. So that was my picture before the cold weather came. I was gonna say it, and I was gonna do boxes, and I was gonna do a box at a time and teach my young one how to look through and make a process of learning how to get rid of, do stuff, or a box at a time, give it my full attention, give my child my attention, teaching, that thing when she has the attention to come and look at this box and go, oh, mommy, look, we have da 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 da. That way, if she took out 3 or 4 things out of the box, it was, no, we're not getting to that yet. So now I have crap in the way. Because I'm working on pretty stuff, so I'm going to get out the sewing machine. You see that pretty sewing machine right there? Ooh, so pretty in the purple box. I love the purple colors. Purple box, sewing machine. I'm going to get that down, and I'm going to start with prep. So the goal is to make the quilt, and the prep work will be getting the area prepped so that I can sit there and cut squares out of I've got lots and lots of stuff with material that I can cut out of, like baby shirts. I might make a baby quilt for the babies and make on top of, because that blanket, that last blanket she has, gets dirty. I keep talking. Obsessing over my coffee. But yeah, I'm going to start looking better in these videos. I'm going to do self-care and keep that all maintained. My teeth is when we financially get to go to Mexico. I'm going to go get my teeth done in Mexico. Because U.S., you think universal health care is this beautiful, come save me thing, but somehow between the insurance company and the medical field and I don't know how much research they're doing, but we skyrocket the price of stuff so that if you're paying for things with universal health care, our taxes are not going to be able to cover unless rich are no longer exempting their taxes somehow. So magically, method of exempting their tax. It's going to choke America, paying $3,000 for this is exaggeration, for a saline bag and the admission and the taking care of things, and the nearly over $500,000, nearly $1 million worth, something like chemo month bill or something. This is ridiculous. I mean, your tax money you're going to suffocate people paying taxes, covering universal health care, as long as that you have to negotiate. You have to be able to negotiate, and they need to start doing this, what it costs. Because when they skyrocketed the amount it was for insulin, I mean, I want money to go towards research, so paying a little extra is good. But paying more than it costs, paying more than its value, period, is wrong. Yeah, universal health care is going to kill us where it is currently. We need to bring down the cost of health care so that if we were to get universal health care, that we don't die on taxes. I mean, seriously. There are so many things messed up, as there are so many wonderful things in our country, but particularly at this moment, healthcare and insurance companies really need a redo. So universal health care or not, between its pros and cons. There are pros and cons with private healthcare. There are pros and cons with universal healthcare. You can't. Universal healthcare is not going to come in, swoop in, and save us all. It's great. Kill us with tax. Things are going to all over in taxes. I'm like, oh my god, old biddies are not going to make it. So my goal is to learn alternative healthcare so that all I have to do, the goal. I mean, realistically, I understand, there are some things you gotta go in, get an antibiotic or go in and see a doctor and get cared for. But ideally, I want to be able to go in and just go ahead with a well care visits, and be at better health so that all we need is our well care visits. And, go in once, a year to the doctor, going like so many times that you need to go in to see the dentist, and how many times, Well, I'm doing video right now. Yeah. With the little genie, yeah. Very powerful genie. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. She's watching a video while we're making a video. Yeah. No. Yeah, here she is. She's gonna skip the ad. And so she skips the ad, I'll give you the phone. All right, here you go. Here you go. She needs her nose taken care of. We don't have any tissues. We have a diaper that we. Hey, hi. Daddy's not here. This is Daddy? Oh, hi. Wow. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's okay. Don't freeze to death. We love you. I'll talk to you later. Did you want to go back to Orladini? Yeah? Okay. You want this way. Bye. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. There are lots of things that cover. All right, I need to get right to it. I need to go in and get everything done so that I can quilt later. This is just the intro to the new series that I want to do. The other ones I hope to record and do. But yeah, so subscribe, hit that notification there. The goal is to try and make several videos a day and post at least once a day. I'll post probably before 3. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I really want to train. I'm training myself. I'm like looking at you, like Karen. Really, 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 my dear wife, I need this trained and to succeed and to get to where you want to go. Because failing, I'm not happy with failing this much. I'm like, failing is part of life. Yeah, failing once or twice, it's great. Great learning experience. You can pick yourself up from it. This is ridiculous. We're going to get this a lot better to where we really want to be. I mean, inside of my head is a very, very, very pretty picture. We will get there. We will get there. But, yeah, join us. Like us, subscribe us. Yeah, you want to see it. Yeah. Love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.